What you may not understand is that my star is elevated and I can't be regulated because my greatness has been negotiated. My path is my creation, and regardless of adulation, each step I take is filled with gratitude and elations. You see, this journey I am on, try to lower my greatness, there are no negotiations. Yo, welcome. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to One Act Consulting. I'm your coach, Coach Renz, and let's make a decision day that can change the rest of your life. Remember, every decision you make has consequences that echo into the future. Make sure you're conscious of every decision that you make. Speaking of decisions, let's talk about ROI. If you don't know what ROI is, that's a business term for return on investment. Return on investment means that if you put money into something, you expect to get a return on that money. You know what that is. If you have a retirement program, you buy into a stock, you invest into a business, you expect to get a return on your money. This is true, right? You expect that in the physical world most of the time. But there's a doctrine that you have learned to not expect to get a return on your investment. This is one of the reasons why most people aren't receiving in life what they believe that they should receive. Or I say they think they believe that is what they should receive. Because you've altered the way it works. And that's a problem. You cannot alter the way it works. This is a natural law of the universe. It can't be altered. There's only one who can alter it, and that's the creator, because they created the laws. But you have to learn to work within the laws. Like I always say, I'm a hermetic alchemist. So let me break this down in a way that maybe it'll be easy for you to understand, and we can begin to not just manifest things in our lives, but create things in our lives. But first we must understand ROI. An ROI, when you invest your money in a company, you expect to get money back. In all your books of doctrine that you read and believe, they mostly come from an agrarian society. They are told in parables based on agrarian societies. In those agrarian societies, they understood that if you planted a seed of corn, you're going to get a harvest of corn. If you plant a seed that's supposed to be an apple tree, the apple tree is not going to bear grapes. It just doesn't work that way. Laws of nature won't allow it. If two humans conceive, they're not going to produce fish. If two horses conceive, they won't produce a bird. They will produce exactly of their kind. This is a natural example of how planting a seed returns exactly what the seed is. But yet, too many people plant a seed and then they are satisfied that they think that their seed is being returned by some other method, right? So you go and you plant a seed of finances in an organization, but then that organization doesn't do what it's supposed to do. You don't get your return on your investment of what it's supposed to do. But then you'll satisfy your mind. You'll satisfy your truly hurt, disappointed feelings by saying that I received my blessings in that fact that I blew a tire and somebody came and helped me out. But I'm sorry, that's not how it works. That's just not how it works. Okay? You see, you help somebody of your own accord some time ago. You find yourself in distress. Now you're being helped by that person, by somebody else. You planted a seed of helping a long time ago, and now you're receiving your harvest. Now I know you're gonna say, no, I gave to charity and that person gave me charity by helping me. No, that's different. There's a difference between charity and help. If I plant a seed into a charity, if I gave money to feed the homeless, but they said instead of feeding the homeless, we're not gonna feed the homeless, we're gonna go and feed the cats. If I plant a seed into a cat shelter, but then they say, no, we're not gonna shelter the cats. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go and use this money to open up a retail store. That's not what I gave you my money for. So if I plant a seed in a religious organization, I expect that religious organization to go do what they're supposed to do. I expect them to be what they're supposed to be. Now, if I go plant a seed in helping someone, I expect to get some help later on. If I put money into a business, I expect money back. Now, let me get you so that you can really understand how this works. If you came to me and said, look, Coach Renz, Uncle Renz, you put me in my Uncle Renz popcorn mode, and you said, I'm going to give you $40,000, we're going to open up a new store, and I said, that's great, that's awesome. Now, what I'm going to do is when you give me that money, I'm going to open up a new store, then I'm going to grow these stores, and in 10 years, we're going to be a multi-million-dollar store, and company, and then later on, 30 years, $1 billion company, and you say, yeah, and then I said, but, instead of giving you money back, I'm gonna give you like a good feeling inside. I want you to have a warm and fuzzy that you are part of building this. You would tell me I was batshit crazy. You wouldn't go for that. You know you wouldn't. No, that same way if some dude came to you and said, hey, look, here's the deal. You give me all your love, right? And I'll just give you some of my time. I'm not gonna give you my love back. I'm not gonna love you. I'm not gonna take care of you. I'm not gonna be there for you. I'm just gonna like show up, we're gonna hang out, we'll have a good time. But give me your love, your undying love. And your return is going to be, I'll spend a little time with you. Or your return is gonna be, I'll send you on a couple of vacations a year. But for you, I want your undying love. You'd be like, man, you done lost your ever-loving mind. You wouldn't go for that. No, of course not. So why do you go for it in any other aspect of your life? Because you've been trained to. You've been trained to believe that when you plant seeds somewhere, you shouldn't expect to get it back. And it's mostly in charities. You shouldn't expect to get it back. But I'm here to tell you that if I plant a seed in anything, I expect to get it back. If I plant a seed of time with somebody, giving up my time, I expect to get it back. If I plant my seeds of love to somebody, I expect love back. If I plant a seed of money into a business, I expect to get money back. I don't expect to get anything different than what I plant. So you gotta be mindful of what you plant. When you plant seeds of love, when you plant seeds of consideration, when you plant seeds of care, you should and have to expect to get that back. Because that is what the universe in the metaphysical spiritual realm is going to give you. But if you refuse it, if you keep refusing it, or you keep not utilizing it properly, you won't get it back. It'll be sitting there waiting. It's kind of like when people tell the little story or the joke about how you get to heaven and God's like, I had all this for you, but you just didn't see it. I had all this for you, but you just couldn't take hold of it. See, you are finding yourself in a lost situation because you don't perceive it right. But it's all right. We're gonna learn. Now, this video is just to get you started. We're gonna do some videos on what really manifesting and creating really is. So look forward to that. Y'all have a great day. Go over to the Facebook page, like the group, join the 360 degree personal transformation because we're gonna get deep into that individually. So y'all have a great day. Love you, love you, love you.